Hey Andrew, how are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Great as well. Thanks, Andrew. So it's great to have you back on the Global Testing Retreat 2022 by Agile Testing Alliance, and this time with a workshop and a talk as well. And that must be a delight, will be a delight, I'm sure, for the audience of the conference. So let's talk about the workshop, which is the Visual Testing Revolution. But before that, uh, although everyone knows who is Andrew, but I would still request you to please introduce yourself, Andrew.
Sure. So, hello everyone. My name is Andy Nutt, the Automation Panda. Historically, I've been a software engineer in test, building solutions to testing problems. In the past year, I have been a developer advocate at Applitools, where I help people get the most value out of their visual testing. Um, all Applitools, I'm director of Test Automation University for some of the best courses online on testing, automation, quality engineering, all from the world's best instructors. Provide these courses for free. So be sure to check that out.
Yeah, that's right. So regarding this workshop, Andrew, the visual testing revolution, can you throw some light on it? What are you going to talk about?
Sure, sure. So in this workshop, I'm going to introduce y'all to the value of visual testing.
Okay.
Most people who have done test automation have done it in what I call traditional ways. And that was me for, gosh, like over 10 years,
Okay.
where you, like, for, let's just say web UI testing, right? You get
Mhm.
something like Selenium WebDriver, Cypress, or Playwright, and then you make interactions, you click the page, you wait for it to load. And then when you go to verify something on that page, you're usually anchoring on something in the DOM. Like you're trying to locate an element and get its text,
Right.
or you're trying to find if it has a particular attributes, make sure it's there or make sure it's a value. But
Mhm.
that's really kind of just like testing the code. It doesn't actually test to make sure that the user is seeing and experiencing what you intend them to do, right? It doesn't matter if it's got an error label of button. What you care about is there's a nice shiny big red button that's me,
Right.
right? And so visual testing is a technique that can really verify the visuals of the page as if it were human eyes. That's the power. It's very useful for catching bugs that traditional techniques typically
Mhm.
miss. Things like if there's an item missing on the page, not be the one you're directly interacting with,
Mhm.
or like if text is overlapping, right? You could scrape the text from either of those fields and it
Mhm.
would be correct. But visually, if it appears like this, where one is on top of the other, you can't read that. So those kinds of things have been very hard to find. Visual testing is a way to quickly and easily find them, find them, reveal them, and report them.
Right.
And so in this workshop, what we're going to do is we are going to use Cypress as our core test framework. And we're
Mhm.
going to automate a basic test or two or three for what I call a quote unquote knockoff Trello clone app. Basically, if you use Trello, it's basically like a Kanban board, right? A to-do
Right.
list items.
Right.
So my friend Philip Fritz, who is a Cypress ambassador,
Mhm.
pop up Philip, he has developed a Trello-like app for his workshops, and he's been gracious enough to let me use that. So
Great.
what we're going to do is we're going to use that, and we're going to automate some tests.
Okay.
We're going to do it traditional ways. We're going to
Okay.
see the limitations,
Mhm.
and then we're going to add visual verifications. And
Okay.
so in that way, we will see firsthand, oh, wow, how much better visual assertions are. We're going to see how to use that. The tool we're going to use tools, of course, because that's where I work, right? But also, I think Applitools is one of the best visual testing tools, if not the best visual testing tool market. So we're going to add Applitools in seamlessly into the project, and then we're just going to build on it from there.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So I'm sure audience would really run from the experience. And does the audience have to have an insight about Cypress and JavaScript beforehand while attending a workshop?
Oh, sorry, say that again.
Should the audience be already aware about Cypress and JavaScript?
Yes, good question. I would say a, a basic understanding of Cypress would be important.
Okay.
I'm not going to be teaching Cypress
Right.
as if like from the ground up, as if as if somebody didn't know it already.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody is still new to Cypress,
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll get value from the workshop. I when I go through and teach it, I stop and explain things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So just a basic level of familiarity will just be, so to speak.
Okay, that's great to know. So, Andrew, I have a question about the Test Automation University. So, since you are the director now, what are your thought process as to the new courses which are upcoming? Can you reveal some information for our audience as to what new can they look for at the Test Automation University courses?
Absolutely, I would love to. So with Test Automation University, we're exploring new possibilities, what we can do with the program.
Right.
So one thing that we've recognized is that we've been around for a while now. It's been a couple of years. It's hard to believe. It's been a couple of years. And so some of our courses are getting a little bit older, a little bit out of date. And so one aspect of the program that we're pursuing is refreshing. What we're doing is we're looking at some of the old courses that have been very popular,
Right.
and inviting some of those instructors to redevelop those courses. What's new in 2022? Over this summer and fall, we've released refresh courses for WebDriver IO from Julia Pottinger, as well as for Robot Framework from Paul Merrill. And I can't reveal too much yet, but I'm hoping for a few more really exciting refreshes coming in 2023. Leave it at that. Also, another thing with Test Automation University, we are going to be releasing a new learning path for visual testing with Applitools. Matt Jasadis, who is a manager within Applitool, is developing that curriculum, and we're starting fresh. So that way, anybody who wants to learn about visual testing with Applitools can really jump in from, not anything, going through a 1, 2, 3 step process, going from like beginning to advanced. We've already released the first course in that learning path, and the next levels 2 and 3 are on schedule for like November, December, and January, February of next year. So they may even come sooner. We'll see. So that's exciting. Another thing, sorry, there's so much exciting stuff going on. Some of the other courses that will be coming out soon that I can hype up now that they're almost ready.
Right.
We will be releasing an acceptance test driven development course for the front end. So Lewis Prescott will be the instructor for that.
Wow.
And what he does in this course is he says, okay, you're building modern web app. I forget exactly, but I think it's like React or something. But most people will like build the thing first, try to come back later. Well, he says, no, we're going to do the acceptance test first in Cypress, the unit test first in Jest, with React testing tools, and then we will implement the feature, and then we'll refactor it. So it's really cool how he breaks down ATDD. So that's coming out hopefully this month. And then in what I hope in December, Philip Ritz, Cypress ambassador, will be releasing a course entitled Cypress with TypeScript. So TypeScript being an up and coming language, it's been around for a while, but more and more JavaScript developers are moving to TypeScript because of the security of it, but the ease of use, the advantages that a type system brings. And so I've been kind of frustrated when I've used Cypress because the materials I see are on Cypress and JavaScript. I want to learn Cypress and TypeScript. And so Philip is developing a course to show how to add it and all the advantages you get and the ways to really maximize TypeScript with Cypress testing. So really, really cool stuff coming soon. There's even more I don't want to share yet because it's still in the works, a lot more. So everybody, I would just say, stay tuned for what's happening next year.
Okay, that's awesome. Sounds like exciting time with Test Automation University, Andrew. And I'm sure the loyalists of Automation University and people who are into test automation will really benefit from all these learnings. So, Andrew, thank you. I look forward to attending your workshop, and I'm sure many like me would definitely attend the workshop at the GTR conference on the visual testing revolution and would learn how to be better automation testers, taking in the approach of visual testing and not going back to age-old decade. So thanks, Andrew. Thanks you for your time today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks.